Peace and blessings, y'all. Welcome to Friday Night Exposure with the Exposer. Exposer, as y'all know, I go live every Friday night to talk the GOAT conversation and break down the GOAT conversation to expose the GOAT conversation. So thanks everybody for joining me. For those that are already here, you guys make sure to hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you check out all the subscribe and the perks becoming a member of GOAT James Kingdom platform. As you know, we are officially on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. This is Friday Night Exposure. I'm Ajani, the Exposure. Tonight's episode, we're going to talk about Michael Jordan versus LeBron James shooting. As you guys know, we went on a show this past Sunday where we were debating against Michael Jordan fans regarding the GOAT debate. We had it's called the Michael Jordan fans are the best page. It is on YouTube. Shout out to everybody that already got a chance to watch us there and came on our show afterwards. It was on last Sunday. So we were on that show, and the conversation was brought up about shooting. They couldn't understand how we respected LeBron James shooting, and they literally went and made a bunch of videos. So we had a guy named NNB Sports who actually got exposed because he tried to come on GOAT James Kingdom show, which you guys can catch every Sunday. Brandon and I go live and we do the GOAT James Kingdom show Sunday noon Eastern time. And what you can do is you can catch us there. And we brought up, we bring up Michael Jordan fans, and their job is to literally explain why Michael Jordan's the GOAT. Give him 5 minutes, give him a 1 minute increments. We don't give you 5 minutes straight because you're just going to reel off a bunch of stuff, and then it's going to be a big argument afterwards. We give you 5 points, we give you a minute per point. That should be enough to explain why Michael Jordan is the GOAT, if he is the GOAT. And obviously, you guys know what happens when we let them talk about Michael Jordan. So he got completely annihilated, but he's been making a lot of videos, and he's made a video on our criteria so far. He's made a video about Michael Jordan shooting. He specifically came at me. So today's episode and today's show is about him because if you guys got, like I said, if you guys got a chance to watch the actual episode, you'll see what happened, how everything broke down. Shout out to Travis. What's good, Travis? Uh-oh. There we go. Travis also was on their platform recently. So again, you can go check out their platform. It is called Michael Jordan Fans Are the Best Page. It's on YouTube. We had a debate with them last Sunday. And but you know, the thing, they were very upset. They were very, very upset. They couldn't understand why we were talking the way we were talking about LeBron James. Because we didn't say nothing bad about Michael Jordan. We were just talking about LeBron James. And which is what we always do. We talk about LeBron James. That's why we're GOAT James Kingdom. We talk about LeBron. We don't talk about Michael Jordan. We only have to just keep talking about Michael Jordan because Michael Jordan fans can't leave LeBron alone. But it was a great debate. We made videos ourselves too, so you guys can see it. So please go back to our channel and see the videos that we posted about the debate. It was a great debate. All in all, I think it was fun and I had a great time. But the main topic was these guys brought up some things that I didn't even really want to address, but I'm going to address it because this is what I do. My name is The Exposer. I'm Ajani Bakar. You guys haven't met me yet, or you have meeting me. You have met me now, and I'm more than glad to introduce myself. Welcome to our platform, which is the GOAT James Kingdom platform. I expose Michael Jordan fans for not knowing how to talk basketball. That is what I do. You don't know how to talk basketball, Michael Jordan fans. You know how to create narratives. You know how to create myths. You know how to create legacy talk. You're very articulate there. But when it comes to talking basketball, you don't know. Simple and plain. They don't know what playmaking means in basketball. They think shot creating is playmaking. They don't know nothing about basketball. And that's what I expose. I expose them. That's why they don't want to talk to me. They don't invite me onto no platforms. And matter of fact, shout out to NNB Sports because he actually wants a debate, which I will accept one day. I just can't take it right now because we are filled up with some things. We have some already engagements in line. We are GOAT James Kingdom. We are everywhere. We are the best representatives for the LeBron James fan base, and we will continue to do that because that's what we do. We know LeBron James is great. So at the end of the day, these guys were really, really upset after all the stuff they heard us say. It was crazy. It was a great debate. It was a great show. Yeah, they're not debaters. You know why they're not debaters? Because they don't let people talk. You can't debate if you're not willing to let your opponent speak. If anybody's watched any election debate, Everybody has a time to speak, and you must allow the person to speak. You must allow the person to address topics. You can't just get upset. You can't twist things up because you're getting cooked. They were not prepared because they don't have information. They don't know how to talk basketball. It's just facts. And I'm about to cook him today because he literally made a video about the criteria. I'm not even going to go there because, again, I don't want nobody critiquing us on our criteria until you can show us you made one of yourself. I've given y'all ample time to come up with your own criteria. Bring it up. Shout out to everybody in the comments. We got what my boy Philip here. We got also Ghost 2000. Travis is in the comments. Good man. Again, y'all hit the like button, share the content. We're also live on Facebook. We are the GOAT James Kingdom platform. We have reached over 60,000 members on GOAT James Kingdom group. So we are here. We're not going nowhere. These Jordan fans, they're not stopping us. They are not stopping us. Literally, they're not. All they're doing is giving us material. That's all they do is give us material. Yep. Shout out to you, Philip. Appreciate you for supporting us. Thank you guys so much, man. You guys don't understand. Brandon and I love doing this. But, to bring up NNB Sports, all right, Mr. NNB Sports, you are the typical Michael Jordan. You are the typical guy who just runs off the narratives that you hear on the media. You have your little hype man there by Sports and Fitness Rants. We're going to get to that guy shortly, but we're going to talk to NNB for right now. And, NNB, you want to debate, we can debate. I will have a debate ready for you. This is not like we didn't have nothing script. We don't script this. You guys don't understand. I am the exposer. Trust me. I got this. I can prove what I say. And I will prove it with facts, things that are tangible. And I will stand 10 toes down. And I'm still waiting for y'all to come expose me. I'm waiting for anybody to create a video of me saying anything outlandish, anything crazy, as y'all heard from the people that are in our platform. Anyways, we have a special tribute here for you guys. As Brandon is making a special. What up, Brandon?
What's good?
Special appearance, man. What up, Brandon?
What's up, man?
Nothing much, man. Listen, you saw the video. You ended the series of videos. Great, man. That speech you gave, and you were right. We talked about this before we got on the show. What you said right there, those 2 minutes that I put of you speaking was what stirred the whole problem because after that, they wouldn't let us speak anymore. We were not allowed to talk anymore after you said what you said. When you said Michael Jordan's not the GOAT because of popularity, and that you said Bill, you guys are trying to make Michael Jordan's career Bill Russell's career, and he's not Bill Russell.
That's what they do. They think that Michael Jordan won the most, and he averaged more points. And Bill Russell, he was great. He was statistically great as well. I don't know why they believe he wasn't, but Bill Russell was great. That's why he won 5 MVPs.
They don't know that. That don't count. They don't count. It's literally hilarious. So today's show, we're going to talk about Michael Jordan shooting, right? Because they couldn't handle us stating Michael Jordan is not the better shooter, right? Mm-hmm. And obviously you listed off some numbers to them that they didn't like, and they thought you were trying to prove that made LeBron James a better shooter, right? But check out what he did, Brandon. He went supposedly, right, and got Michael Jordan's locations of where Michael Jordan shot the ball at, and now the location of where you shot only exists from 1997 and on, mm-hmm. right? So he agreed that he only had the last 2 years in Chicago, and that he only had the 2 years in Washington. He was going to use those years, but he was going to take LeBron James's best 4 field goal percentage seasons to compare to those 4 seasons that Jordan had. Now, if you're going to tell us LeBron James having a better field goal percentage doesn't mean he's better than Jordan as a shooter, why would you go run and get LeBron James' best field goal percentage to represent his best shooting seasons? You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that don't make no sense. Why didn't you go find out what is his best shooting season? Because they don't know what they're talking about. What Michael Jordan fans are talking about when they're talking about shooting is all mid-range. They're not talking about three-point shooting. They're not talking about anything else other than shooting the ball from the mid-range. That's why when I address the three-point shooting, they just try to dismiss it. But we all know.
I really want to know, like, what do they think where shooting exists at? I think that's like what area on the court is good shooting.
Okay, but no, that's the thing. First of all, we have to define what they consider shooting, because to them, layups, runners, floaters, hook shots are not considered shooting. What they are talking about when they're specifically talking about shooting, they mean jump shooting. They try to throw free throw shooting in there, which I find funny because they want to eliminate layups because they believe layups is just easy. It's easy to make a layup, but it's easy to make a free throw. But you want to assume free throws make you a better shooter when you're not being defended. You're just standing there shooting a 15-foot jumper. Or not even a jumper. You're not even jumping. So the reality is they're talking about jump shooting, and that requires anything outside of 10 feet. That's their main crux, is 10 feet. Anything outside of 10 feet.
10 feet to where, though?
Oh, to the 3-point line, because they don't want to go past the 3-point line. Because if they go past the 3-point line, that's where they're in a dilemma. And I'm going to prove that today. So it's crazy how they do it. They only want to talk about mid-range shooting. And I'm going to explain to you why they only want to talk about mid-range shooting. Because remember when we first started Goat Jave Kingdom, I told you whatever Michael Jordan is great at, they consider that to be the greatest aspect. Whatever he can't do, it doesn't matter.
That's the standard. That's the standard where Jordan's great at.
And that's why when they talk about shooting, they mean mid-range. And they don't know Michael Jordan is not the best mid-range shooter of all time. But what they're gonna do to say he is that he's the only one to average 30 points per game doing it. You see what I'm saying? Not realizing Wilt Chamberlain hit all kind of mid-range jumpers, mid-range shots, but there's no record of it. You see what I'm trying to say? So they and that's what makes this worse. There's no record of Jordan shooting. We got 4 seasons of this. So we don't know how good Jordan was as a shooter for real. We only got 4 seasons worth. We know how bad he was as a 3-point shooter. And that's what they don't want to accept. So if you got some time, you want to break down Jordan's shooting here? You got some time?
Yeah, Tom.
All right, so let's do this. Let me bring this up here. Shout out to everybody in the comments. Shout out to A Weezy Bang Sports and Entertainment. Y'all make sure to subscribe to his channel. He goes in every day. He has a pregame show, a halftime show, and a post-game show for every LeBron James game. Shout out to A Weezy Bang for always representing LeBron James every day. He brings the smoke. So shout out to A Weezy Bang. Peace to you, brother. Support your channel always. We got Twin Man. Everybody's always here. Y'all know what's up. Shout out to Zero. Peace to Zero. I've seen you here. These guys don't know what's up, man. These guys don't know what's up. All right, so let me bring this up right quick because I got Brandon here, so I don't want to waste you guys this Friday night. We could all have some fun. So this is what I'm gonna bring up here, right, Brandon? This is Michael Jordan shooting. This is all we know about Michael Jordan shooting. This is 1997, 98, 2000, and 2003 shooting, broken down by 5 feet increments. So all the way to the left is 5 to 9. Then the next set is 10 to 14 feet. Then it's 15 to 19 feet. Then it's 20 to 24 feet. And then there's 25 to 29 feet. So that's how they wanted to break it down. This is how NNB broke it down on his thing. Now, this is another thing. You know, he didn't even go to the NBA website to get these numbers.
That's what they do all the time. They find some site that, was created a couple of years ago by a fan, and they use those numbers.
Thank you. And they don't know nothing. He was literally saying, I'm sourcing several sites, and one site was like a forum. And I'm like, yo, he really didn't even. Now, mind you, I was saying to myself, he didn't even go find it himself. Now, mind you, where he got it from, that individual might have went to the NBA.com because he did it by 5 feet increments. You only get the 5 foot increments is if you go to NBA.com. Basketball Reference doesn't have it. Mm-hmm. So to get the official 5 feet increment, you would have to go to NBA.com, which is what I did. So just to bring a long story short, this is Michael Jordan shooting. Ralph, we're talking about your boy shooting. Yes, we're talking about Michael Jordan versus LeBron James shooting. Shout out to Ralph Alexander 65. He's probably on TikTok live now trying to help Michael Jordan fans console themselves regarding LeBron James making his, you say 11th, I say it's the 21st final appearance in NBA history where he's going to be in the in-season cup finals. Okay. So we know that GOAT James stepped up. He took it seriously. His team has been balling. Everybody understands that the Lakers are going to be playing tomorrow for it. All right. They're going to be playing for an actual championship. It's an NBA championship. It's not the NBA Finals championship. It's not the season championship. It is the in-season championship. So don't let LeBron James win that because you guys know what happens on Sunday when LeBron James does something great. Shout out to Harris. Peace. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. We try our best. Brandon and I here try our best. All right, so check this out now, Brandon. Now, this is the funny thing, right? So he says, we're going to be objective. Hey, Johnny says you have to be objective. So I'm going to be fair. We're going to take LeBron James's 4 best NBA seasons, which he didn't even tell you what seasons those were, but I'm going to tell you what they are. It's 2013, 2014, 2017, and 2018. Those are LeBron James' best field goal percentage seasons for his career outside of what he's doing right now, which is incredible. His third best all-time field goal percentage season is 2024 at 39 years old. 21st season, y'all. So this is what we have. He says we're going to break this down, everything. But you know what he said, Brandon? This was the funniest thing. He says we already know what the three-point shooting is, so we're just going to remove the 25 to 29 feet.
Who said that?
NNB.
So he's just going to remove that like it don't exist?
No. He says the reason. No, he said the reason we're going to do it is because we already know their three-point percentage. He basically said anything outside of 25 feet is a three-pointer. Since we already know their three-point percentage, we're going to do that. But you know why he did that?
Why?
Because if you look at the top right, from 25 to 29 feet, past 25 feet, which is basically 1 foot away from the three-point line, which is 23.9, Jordan shot less than 25% during those 4 NBA seasons. He didn't want to address that. He didn't want to show that. Jordan shot less than 25% from just a foot behind the three-point line that's not shortened, and between 1997 and 2003. So he wanted to throw that away to use Michael Jordan's real three-point percentage, which include 22-foot three-pointers, because the corners are 22 feet, and Michael Jordan shot three-pointers at 22 feet for 3 seasons and 2 playoffs. So what he wants to use is 5 feet to 24 feet. So basically from 5 feet all the way to the 3-point line. Or a foot away, because the 3-point line is 23.9, and this one stops at 25 feet. So it's basically 24 point whatever, 11, right? Shout out to Keep It 100, peace, brother, right? And then he had the nerve to say, you know what? He was like, technically 5 to 9 feet shouldn't be counted, right? Because it's kind of close to the rim too. It's really not jump shooting, right? And the reason he wanted to do that as well is because there was no numbers that he can go find where Jordan was better than LeBron James from 5 to 9 feet. And this was him trying to be objective. So guess what he does? He basically limits it to 10 feet to 25 feet to 24 feet, which is the mid-range, which is what I already said. If we give Michael Jordan that he's better at mid-range than LeBron James, because by these numbers, he shoots better at the mid-range than LeBron James, right? For whatever 4 year we want to combine. But LeBron James is the better three-point shooter. Who's really the better shooter? What did they say? They got upset. LeBron James is not the better three-point shooter, right? That's what he said, right?
Yeah, he's not the better three-point shooter.
And he used
the finals or something.
The finals and playoff numbers, right?
He used the finals, really. He didn't use he said the finals, basically.
Okay, the final. That was a rant base, but basically the NNB stance was Jordan had the better playoff, which was by 1 tick, which is true. Jordan shoots 33.2% in the playoffs, and for 3-pointers, LeBron is 33.1, and that's after this season. But that's fine. That's okay. But Jordan shoots 32.7 for his career. This is the kicker, Brandon. This is what they don't get. If we just go off of their 3-point numbers, LeBron James not only shoots better from the field as far as 3-pointer from the regular season, he's only a tick less in the playoffs. But in reality, if you take both of their playoff and regular season numbers, Michael Jordan shoots less than 33% from 3-point land. He shoots 32.8% from the 3-point land. LeBron James shoots over 34%. He shoots 34.3% if we add his playoffs and his regular season numbers.
Yeah, the like career numbers.
Not career numbers, exactly.
Numbers.
And if you really want to go even on top of that, LeBron James has hit 500 more 3-pointers altogether than Jordan has. In fact, he hit 500 more 3-pointers than Jordan actually shot. Jordan shot 2,200 3-pointers for his career, including the regular season and playoffs. LeBron James has hit 2,700 3-pointers for his career, regular season and playoffs. Just makes. So off of field goal percentages and LeBron James is the better 3-point shooter. So the conversation started with, which is what they wouldn't listen, if we're going to accept Jordan's better at the mid-range, right? Because Jordan at the mid-range between 10 feet and 24 feet altogether, right? He shoots altogether in there, he shoots 44.1%, which is good, right? But let me tell you something, Brandon. Out of all of these shots that I'm showing you here, they're showing outside of 5 feet. 97. I'm sorry. Let me make sure I get this number right. My bad. 97% of Michael Jordan's shots are taken. Okay, let me repeat. Out of all of these shots here, 75% of Michael Jordan's shots are taken between 10 and 19 feet. If we remove the 3-pointer 25 feet and the 5 feet, right, and we just leave it between the 10 and the 24, 97% of Michael Jordan's shots come in between 10 to 19 feet. So when we're talking about the overall, the overall percentage of all this shooting we're talking about is 43%. But 75% of that is basically between 10 to 19 feet of those shots. And then when we remove that, right, let's say we remove the 5 feet, right, and we just go from 10 to 29 feet, right, Jordan shoots 43.5%. If we take away the 25 feet and the 5 feet, Jordan shoots 41.1%, right? And if we take away the 20 to 24 feet, Jordan shoots 44.7% from 10 to 19 feet. But that is 97% of those shots. Altogether, he basically, when we're talking about Michael Jordan shooting, is 10 to 20 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they're saying makes Michael Jordan the better shooter, because he can shoot better from the mid-range than LeBron James by the numbers that we have available to us. So we don't even know if these are not Jordan's numbers. Because like I tell people, Jordan's number in the 80s are not going to be this good. His mid-range shooting is going to be less.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna bring up the chat, because we're gonna bring up LeBron James shooting, because I have LeBron James shooting in comparison to this. So what do you think of this? Of Michael Jordan shooting, and them trying to use this as a crux for Jordan shooting?
I mean, it's realistic. Like, if I was just a guess, I would say between 43 and 45%, just by knowing how Michael Jordan shot late in his career. Like, that's what he did, because, he really wasn't getting to the rim like he used to.
Mm-hmm.
He stuck to more jump shots. Well, after he came back from the first time he retired. So he basically became a mid-range shooter.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I know. We all thought he didn't miss, but it's about 43 to 45%. I give him that. That's probably what he shot.
I would say in the 80s, no. I would think his mid-range and shooting didn't get better until about the early 90s.
No, I'm just saying from the time he retired the first time.
Okay, yeah.
From 90,
based on these numbers. Yeah, based on
95. These numbers. Just 95 is about 43 to 45, I believe it was. But earlier in his career, he's probably under 40%.
Exactly. So that the whole, but this is the main thing. Even if we want to accept these numbers as this is what Michael Jordan was shooting for his entire career, you're still only talking about mid-range shooting. And these same numbers say Jordan is under average or below average and at the rim. And this is the funny thing, right? When we did the show on their show, after we left their show to do our show, remember I told you Young Miami went on to their show. And Young Miami stated to them that LeBron James is all at the rim and all three-pointers. He has no middle game. He said Jordan had it all. He said Jordan had at the rim, middle game, and three-pointer. I just proved Jordan does not have three-pointers. Jordan's three-point shooting outside of the short line is less than 33% in general. He is not a good three-point shooter. He's average at best. The same way LeBron James is an average mid-range shooter at best. So what Michael Jordan was best at was at the rim and mid-range shooting. They accept that, but they want to eliminate LeBron James, everything that LeBron James was best at, which is at the rim and the three-point shooting. And the only reason LeBron James is at the three-point shooting is because the three-point shooting is necessary in today's game. It wasn't necessary during Jordan's game. And they'll say, well, Steve, you're proving my point. That's why Jordan didn't shoot good three-pointers. But that's why LeBron James don't shoot mid-ranges, because it's not necessary in today's game.
I mean, it's not efficient.
Exactly.
It's not efficient.
The coin can be flipped, right? The coin can be flipped. But this is the whole thing. They say LeBron James is a bad shooter, Brandon. They literally say that he's a bad shooter. He's horrible.
The
right?
thing with LeBron James is he scores because he's efficient. He's not going to shoot a mid range if he could get to the hole, and he's not going to shoot a mid range if he could shoot a three. Like it's the more efficient shot. Jordan shot those mid range jumpers because he couldn't shoot threes and he couldn't get to the rim to shoot a more efficient shot.
Ex-
Simple as that. Like
ex-
if Jordan wanted to shoot 8 3 pointers a game, it would probably most of the time it would be uncontested because no one's guarding him out there. But he was not good at shooting threes because he was not that efficient. That's why he shot mid range. That's why he shot tougher shots. Just like Kobe. Kobe shot tougher shots because he was not going to get to the rim like he used to when he was 22. Michael Jordan was not going to get to the rim like he used to when he was young as well. LeBron still gets to the rim. He's that good. He can still get to the rim. He can run downhill. You get him the ball in a fast break, watch out. He's at the 3-point line. Last game, he was 4 for 4. He's shooting 40%. Like LeBron James had one bad playoff series in the playoffs, shooting threes because his foot he couldn't lift his damn foot. And they want to run with that.
He had really, I think it's 2 or 3. 07 was bad shooting. 2015 was bad as well, even though he played great in 2015 in the finals. And then I believe, I don't know if it's against Orlando. No, I don't even think it was Orlando. But I think those are the only 2, to be honest with you. But still, they say LeBron James can't shoot. That's what they say. LeBron James can't shoot. He's a horrible shooter outside. They make it seem like all he has is layups. We even heard Sports Fitness Rant say, all it is layups. All he has is layups. That's all he is. He's all layups, man. That's why they don't like the field goal percentage, right? Because they'll say, well, Shaq has a higher field goal percentage. It means he's a better shooter. But again, Shaq is a interior player. LeBron is a perimeter player. To assume LeBron James is an interior player is ridiculous. LeBron James is just like Jordan. He gets the ball at the same spot as Jordan. So if he can get to the rim better than Jordan and finish better than Jordan, that's an aspect of the game that makes him greater than Jordan. You see what I'm saying?
LeBron scores because he knows how to get mismatches. He knows how to exploit the defense.
Well, that's because he's a playmaker.
He's gonna exploit the defense. Shooting a mid range is not exploiting the defense. Driving to the hole, creating a foul, or shooting a 3-pointer when you're backing up, it's exploiting the defense.
You're right.
Like the dude is so skilled offensively that people do not understand his game. That's why he's scoring 25 points a game for 20 straight years. People just don't realize that. No other player could do this. No other player could do this.
No, because they believe taking a contested 18, 20-footer off your back foot off a spin around is a good shot, and it's not.
Yeah, because you can't get a better shot. Simple as that.
Exactly. You can't get to the rim. You can't get it. You can't shoot the three because you're horrible at shooting threes. You can't hit the three like that. You don't have a logo shot like the GOAT got. You don't got that logo shot. But in all right, they say LeBron can't shoot. But let's go to LeBron numbers. So before we go to Jordan, these are all of Jordan's numbers, right? Let's go back to Jordan's actual numbers because they don't want to go back to his actual numbers. They want to remove stuff. So Jordan's actual numbers, like we say, if you want to be objective and you want to be non-biased, he shot 38.9% between 5 to 9 feet. He shot 46.1% between 10 to 14 feet, right? He shot 43.8% between 15 and 19 feet. And he shot 40.8% from 20 to 24 feet, and he shot 23.6% from 25 feet to 29 feet. That's Jordan's 4-year sample of how good he was as a shooter. And as we stated before, all of it is all in the middle, in particular between 10 to 19 feet. 75% of all the shots we're measuring here are between 10 to 19 feet. That's where Jordan took the majority of his shots outside of actually attacking the paint. All right? But let's go to LeBron James. Because if we go to the GOAT, LeBron James, okay, this is his shooting. And these are the seasons that he decided to take LeBron James' best 4 shooting seasons. NNB decided LeBron James' best 4 shooting seasons, which are 2013, 2014, 2017, and 2018. As you can see from between 5 to 9, LeBron James was better than Jordan. That's why he wanted to eliminate it. But the key was the shooting. Why would you take away the shooting? Why? Because when you look at LeBron, what is it? 25 to 29 feet is 36.8%.
What did Jordan shoot 20 to 24?
It was 41%. 40%. Yeah, just under 41%. It was 40.8. So it was 40.8.
Okay, so they basically shot almost the same from 20 to 24.
Basically, within those 4 seasons. Now, mind you, The 4 seasons I'm talking about are not LeBron James' best shooting seasons. When they took,
Yeah,
remember,
just his highest field goal percentage.
those are his highest field goal percentage season. Mind
Okay.
you, it is also, those seasons are also his highest 3-point percentage seasons, besides this year. So the seasons we're talking about right now are LeBron James' best shooting seasons and his best 3-point shooting seasons, right? But his best shooting season, remember, what they define as shooting is mid-range majority and jump shooting. So it has to be between 10 to 24 feet, really. That's what they really want to talk about when they talk about shooting. They don't want to talk about the 25 to 29 feet on logo shots like LeBron James, because look how good he shoots, 36.8%. And if you want to go there, right? If you want to go there, LeBron James took 800 shots from there. So about 25% of LeBron James shots are being taken from this spot right here, outside of 25 feet. 50% of LeBron shots out of all these shots we're talking about here are taken outside of 20 feet. So like I told him, Jordan is better at mid-range, which is 10 to 19 feet, but long range, which is 20 feet and beyond, LeBron is better. Because if we take what Jordan shot between 10 to 19 feet, right, in these numbers, it was 44.7. What it's between in these seasons is 41.5, right? Which is not that far off, right? But LeBron James shoots 38.1%, right? While shooting over 1,500 shots outside of 20 feet, and Jordan shoots 37%, 37.9, just a little bit under LeBron. So outside of 20 feet, LeBron is better. Inside of 10 to 20 feet, Jordan is better. So who's really the better shooter?
I mean, if just looking at the numbers, it looks like LeBron.
And you know why? And let me tell you why. Because even LeBron James, who is shooting at 38%, let's just say that's 34% from three-point land, because that's not really the three-point, because we're counting 20 feet, right? 20 to 22 feet. But let's just say we're gonna make it 34% of his three-point shooting. 34% shooting from three-point land is better than Jordan's 44% from mid-range.
Basically, yeah.
And they don't get that. That's why they don't know how to talk numbers. That's why they don't want to talk numbers, because to talk numbers requires you to understand the game of basketball. They can't do it, Brandon. They don't know how to do it. They don't know how to talk basketball. This man literally eliminated parts of LeBron James' career. He literally said, "You know what, guys? We're gonna do this. We're not gonna talk about this. And you know what? I understand the 5 to 9 feet, because Jordan and LeBron James can get a layup or a dunk within 10 feet of the rim. So that I understand.
I mean, I don't understand that at all, because that's the most efficient shot.
Yeah, I mean, no, I get what you're saying, but that's what the reason that to them it's the highest percentage shot. It's the easiest shot. The link is up for anybody who wants to join the chat. You're more than welcome to join Brandon and I as we are exposing Michael Jordan's shooting, y'all.
I mean, and also, like, how are you going to eliminate the shot that gives you the most points?
But that's what I'm saying. So remember what I was telling you when Young Miami was saying that LeBron James's game is from as at the rim and at the 3-point line. Jordan, he was basically saying Jordan has everything when Jordan doesn't have the 3-point. We admit that Jordan don't have the 3-pointer. Matter of fact, LeBron James hit more regular season 3-pointers than Jordan shot 3-pointers for his entire career. Not even counting LeBron James' playoff numbers, which we already stated that LeBron James and Stephen Curry are the only two players in NBA history with over 2,000 3-pointers made and over 400 3-pointers made in the playoffs. So, shout out. Let me bring up Twin Man right quick. What up, Twin Man? Peace, Twin Man. What's good, brother?
What's up, bro? Can y'all hear me?
Oh, we can hear you well, brother. Go ahead, brother. It's your platform. It is a Friday Night Exposure. Go ahead, brother.
So I saw the videos y'all posted, bro, and it was like talking to a wall. I don't understand how they can't get that the mid-range got it. Understand Jordan was a great mid-range shooter, but he's not even the greatest mid-range shooter of all time. You have people like KD, Chris Paul, Dirk. Their mid-range games were better than Jordan's. That's number one. Number two, if somebody can shoot threes better than you, I think 3 points is worth more than 2 points. So if I can shoot threes better than you, if I can shoot threes better than you, how are you a better shooter than me? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. If you can't shoot 3-pointers and I can shoot 3-pointers at a consistent clip better than you, at almost 10% better than you, better than 10% better than you. And yes, your mid-range game is great, but I can get to the rim at will. How are you a better shooter? Y'all mad? I don't understand people being mad at somebody taking an efficient shot. That's like being mad at Shaq for dunking. That's dumb. You take the most efficient shot as a basketball player. So if you can't stop him from getting to the rim, that's the defense's fault. And that's a testament to his game getting better shooting the three-point shot, because we saw what they did to him when he played against the Spurs. They kind of did to him what they did to Giannis. They built the wall and kept him away from the rim and just let him shoot. So what did he have to do? He did what a professional does. He improved his shooting. And instead of sitting here saying, a testament to him, he actually improved his low post game, and he definitely improved his three-point shooting. You want to sit here and say, well, Jordan would have done it better, when we know historically Jordan was a terrible three-point shooter. And why are we acting like Jordan was sitting here playing against these? He was shooting over people shorter than him majority of the goddamn time. He didn't have to really see double teams the way LeBron and the players of today have to see. So I don't understand this notion that Jordan was just this unstoppable force. Once they got rid of the illegal defensive rules and you could actually double team him, his percentages went down. They started going down. Like, this is just dumb.
Oh my God! Listen, Twin Man, you spitting facts. You hear it in the comments. You spitting facts. You hitting facts. So you spitting facts. So what do you think of what I'm bringing up as far as this shooting numbers? Because again, they think when we say being objective that we're saying we're perfect. People don't understand. Objectivity has nothing to do with being perfect.
Right.
We just, you know what I'm saying? Like, we never said we don't have no flaws or we know everything. We just are objective as possible. We have our biases. We admit to our biases. Brandon and I have our own separate criteria that has our biases in it. But we know how to separate it to a certain degree so that so at least we can come to some common ground. Jordan fans
see what it is for me. It's just common. That's how I look at things. I look at things for common sense. So I like I said, I've seen all the videos. I saw the fitness and sports rant dude lose his mind when y'all sat here and said LeBron was a better defender. He lost his damn mind. Like, how do you say he's a better defensive player? Because he's a more versatile defender. That's why. LeBron can effectively guard 1 through 5. Jordan couldn't do that. That's number one. Jordan got a defensive player of the year and playing against who? Guarding who? I'm not sitting here saying Jordan didn't earn those steals, Jordan didn't earn those blocks, and he didn't play defense. I'm not saying that. But we're acting like Jordan played against some of the toughest shooting guards ever. He didn't. We just need to be objective about these people's career. The tougher competition is in this era, period. And to sit here and pretend like it's not is incredibly dishonest. To sit here and pretend like, oh, well, he only takes layups. I wish I could only take layups and not have to shoot jump shots. If I could take 100% layups, guess what my shooting percentage would probably be? If every NBA player could only get to the rim and shoot layups, I bet you they would take a layup over taking a mid-range shot.
You sound like a LeBron sexual.
2 points.
You sound like a LeBron sexual.
I sound like I'm making common goddamn sense. If you, Johnny, B-League, y'all play basketball. If you could shoot a mid-range or take a layup, which one do you want to take?
Obviously, the layup. That's why the big man was always important. That's why the big man was always important. He got you the easiest and most highest efficient shot.
All his points come at the rim. Okay, that's the defense fault for not stopping him from getting to the rim.
Exactly, and that's the difference. But they act like I said, LeBron James is an interior offensive player, as if he gets the ball 4 or 5 feet from the rim. No, LeBron James has to get to the rim. He has to be able to get to 5 feet to the rim. So he has to dribble 20, 30 feet possibly to get there. So it's not.
And guess what? He's not going one-on-one like Jordan was able to do. He actually has to weave through traffic, beat the double team.
Facts. Brandon, you want to address anything right quick?
What are y'all looking at right now?
Yeah. You want to address anything right quick, Brandon? What he's talking about?
No, he's like on point. Like, they just believe Jordan is like the greatest shooter of all time, and he just not. Like, we have witnessed Kevin Durant be unstoppable in the mid-range jumper. Like, when him and LeBron played, in the tournament, you see, like, sometimes I watch Kevin Durant and I just wonder, why do this dude not average 40 points a game? Like, that's what Jordan fans think when they see someone shooting. They see Kevin Durant. They see how unstoppable he is. They see that he pulls up and shoots over everyone. And like, he should be averaging 50 points a game. And they really think that Michael Jordan is Kevin Durant, and he shoots this good and he shoots this effortlessly, and he just shooting over people. That Michael Jordan averaged 50 points a game. But then again, Kevin Durant has to guard people on the defensive end. He has to do a lot more things than come down, l- have someone else guard the best players. Kevin Durant is doing everything offensively and defensively. It's impossible for Kevin Durant to average 50 points a game, as talented as he is, as unstoppable as he is, as great as a mid-range shooter as he is. He's going to give you 30 points a game max because that's how tough the game is.
Chris Paul has one of the best mid-range shots of all time. Dirk Nowitzki has one of the best mid-range shots of all time.
Yeah, hold on, wait, Twin Man. Let me address this.
Kevin Durant.
Hold on. Let me address this. Hold on. Let me address this, Twin Man. All right. So Politicalist Rex is on here. Politicalist. I'm just gonna call you Rex. Rex is a part of the Michael Jordan fans are the best page, and he just wrote here that there's a website that went back and charted every game, and Adrian Dantley averaged 56 from mid-range career and had a season at 59% shooting. And that's the thing. There are so many great mid-range shooters, and Jordan fans don't really know this. And they make it seem like Jordan is the only one that has this mid-range. And this is the thing I would say. And because we don't have the record of it, there's no need to even bring it up. It's intangible. We can't measure everybody's mid-range shooting because the record doesn't exist till 1997. So even if we want to accept and give Michael Jordan or give Dantley or whatever, Jerry West, because I see names being brought up, Joe Johnson, all these great guys that we know were great shooters.
DeMar DeRozan.
But I'm just saying, even if we go back to as far as Chris Mullins or Reggie Miller, or like you said, like Adrian Dantley, Alex English, Bernard King, Patrick Ewing. A lot of guys had good mid-range, but there's no record of it, so we don't know it. But that's not the only form of shooting. And to just miss three-point shooting because Jordan is not good at it or great at it, especially he's not better than Jordan. You see what I'm saying? That's the upsetting part. And I know for a fact LeBron is the better three-point shooter. So even if we want to accept the numbers that state Jordan is the better mid-range shooter, who is really the better shooter? If I told you somebody's a better mid-range and another guy is better at three-pointer, one guy shoots a lot of mid-range and the other guy takes half of his shots, as far as half of his jump shots from the three-point line, or at least 20 feet outside the rim.
I'm taking the dude who can hit threes consistently.
I mean, like, to me, look at someone like I'm gonna go back again to Kevin Durant. Remember when he was playing on Golden State and how it was hard to double team him? Like it was hard to double team Jordan most of the time, and how free he was and how great he was. And when him and LeBron was on Cleveland, he was on Golden State, and you could see how LeBron had to work for all his points. He's doing every goddamn thing on the court, and he's still outscoring Kevin Durant. Wow, Kevin Durant is single coverage majority of the time with Steph Curry and Klay Thompson on the court, and LeBron James is still doing these amazing things, even though he wasn't winning because it was kind of hard to beat them. But still, you see how offensively talented LeBron was in his prime. And I know people just want to look at what LeBron is doing now because what he's doing now is still great. They equate LeBron James as to year 18 to year 21. That's LeBron James in most people's mind.
Even in those years you're mentioning, he's still giving you 25, 7, and 7. Like, it's ridiculous. This is year 21. This is year 21.
Today. Yeah.
And it's ridiculous. Like, I don't really think people understand. People in year 21, I think the highest average was like 7 points a game.
You know the thing about that. What I noticed with LeBron later on in his career that I don't think no one ever talks about. Say for instance, like, when I used to play ball and when I was in college and everything, and I used to think like if I had this skill level and I put myself when I was in like the sixth grade, I would just destroy people because I have this skill level that is just better than everyone. This IQ is better than everyone. But look at LeBron now. He's physically still as gifted, and he got all of this knowledge from 20 years. And you can see him putting that together in year 21. That's why he's still dominant, because he has that knowledge and he has that physical ability that he still has now. And that's why last game where you see they blew out the Pelicans by 45, something like that, and LeBron James is dominating all these young players on the court because his IQ, the knowledge he has, is so damn high, but his athleticism has not left him.
Yeah.
You know what's even worse?
Hold on, Twin Man. Hold on, man. Hold on, Twin Man. Hold on, man. Hold on. Oh, let me get in. Because I got to address the fans here. We got everybody in the comments. Shout out to everybody in the comments. Shout out to everybody that's watching the show. We appreciate you. Again, this is the Friday Night Exposure with the Exposer. I'm Ajani, the Exposer. We have Brandon, who is also my partner in GOAT James Kingdom, which we go live every Sunday noon to talk about the GOAT conversation in basketball with the GOAT James Kingdom show. But tonight is Friday Night Exposure. We get a chance to speak to me. So I put the link up to anybody who wants to come up and talk to me. We're talking Michael Jordan shooting and LeBron James shooting, and we're having a great conversation. Rex, to address you, yes, I did notice, and I believe Brandon noticed as well, that Rex is basically like the Travis of the Michael Jordan fan page. He's there to keep them even keeled, to not take Jordan above. They'll take Jordan to where Thanos sit at, and the only person who could beat Thanos, like I tell y'all, is Wilt Chamberlain. So if they gonna try to make Jordan the best, they're gonna have to do a better job, because they didn't do a great job on Sunday proving to us why Jordan was the GOAT. They did a horrible job. But we are talking Michael Jordan and LeBron James shooting. All right. So that's the key thing. But you guys brought up some great points. You guys are killing it. Shout out to everybody in the comments. I'm about to bring up King John. Twin Man, go ahead and say your last word so I can bring up King John, brother.
So this is another thing that people don't realize. If LeBron James got half of the free throw attempts that Jordan has gotten in his career, the ticky-tack fouls, LeBron James don't get nearly as many free throws as he's deserved. He probably would have been past 40,000 points already. Let's be real here. Like, I don't really think people understand like how great this man is. And instead of appreciating what we're seeing right now, they're trying to diminish it. The only player with 30,000 points, 10,000 rebounds, 10,000 assists. The man has done his work. 21 straight years, 25 points. Like, they need to stop. They really need to stop.
Yeah, you're right.
It's ridiculous at this point.
Shout out to Twin Man, y'all. Y'all know where to find Twin Man. He pops up on GOAT James Kingdom all the time. He's in the comments. He's everywhere. Peace to you, Twin Man. We appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you. Politicus Rex, yes, you're right. He is Thanos. Wilt Chamberlain is Thanos. I call him Thanos. To address you, Aaron, Mr. GOAT, you are GOAT James, City Girl groupie number 6. You're moving up, but you're number 6. Because you and number 1, Young Miami, were talking crap about us, following us on other people's pages because we're out here exposing Michael Jordan fans. You were out there consoling them after their exposure. And now you're asking me, why do you compare Jordan shooting to everyone, but not to LeBron? We are doing that. We're comparing Michael Jordan and LeBron shooting because that's what NNB brought up on his video trying to talk about me and exposing shooting, because you guys don't even know Jordan shooting compared to the league. You guys always have to compare Michael Jordan to LeBron James to say that Jordan is great. I don't know why you have to do that. If Jordan is great, you can just say he's great. But you know Jordan's mid-range shooting isn't greater than anybody else's. His three-point shooting isn't even better than LeBron's. And you guys don't even consider LeBron James to be a good shooter. So at the end of the day, you guys steadily get exposed. I come with facts. Like I told you, I got my show. It's right here. I did a Friday night just for people like you, who say that I'm with Brandon and I mute you and I quiet you and I silence you and I do all of this. I give you Friday nights to come expose me. But you know what happens when I speak. You know what happens when my voice goes through these internet. The exposer is here. You know that. That's why you hide behind in the comments. You're safe in the comments. Stay there. Don't mention us. Don't pop up in other sites talking about us. Don't be on TikTok lives talking about us. Because you know where to find us. Friday nights or 12 noon Sundays. You know that. You know that. Shout out to John. What up, King John?
Hey. Y'all spitting facts today. Hey, Brandon. Hey, Johnny. The only thing I've ever been mad at y'all about is that y'all made us do that show with them last week. Okay, that's the only thing I'm mad at y'all about.
I must apologize because Brandon and I already have understanding. I take a bullet for Goat James Kingdom. You know what I'm saying? As y'all can see, I'm very eccentric. Brandon's a little bit more laid back than I am. Brandon's not gonna argue with you if you're not gonna understand what we're saying. He'll explain himself a couple of times for you, but once you don't understand it, he's just gonna move on. Me, now I'm gonna beat you over the head with it. I'm the type of dude that take a sledgehammer to kill an ant. That's me. That's what I do. Like what does Shannon Sharp say? He said, when they go low, I go to the basement. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but because
they're not used to that. They're not used to that. They're not used to a LeBron fan that's actually as irate as I am, but actually spitting facts.
Yeah, because how can you debate anyone who's basing their whole arguments off narratives? It's like all narrative based. And I'm sitting here listening. I mean, I couldn't do it no more, Brandon, because when they kept saying Draymond wasn't a playmaker, it's like, what conversation are we having today?
Yeah, that didn't make any sense. That didn't make any sense.
But I'm just sitting here, this whole the difference in, so the mid-range shot is a harder shot than a layup, but you'd rather somebody shoot a jump shot than an easy layup?
No. Oh wait, I got this for you. This is the perfect thing. Why, if Jordan is so much better of a shooter, then why doesn't Jordan shoot better from these records at the rim? And you know what their response will be? There's people at the paint. It was harder to score in the paint. So wait a minute. You don't want to give LeBron credit for being good at the rim because it's easier, but you want to give Jordan credit for being better at mid-range, which is easier than coming to the paint. So they have no argument because they don't know how to talk stats. Here I am exposing them how they don't even know. Michael Jordan's shooting is just mid-range. He can't shoot outside of 20 feet. He's not that good at it. We know this for a fact. Jordan has under 20 percentage seasons in three-point line for his career. And they like to say, oh, well, by volume, when he has a higher volume. Michael Jordan's top 5 most three-point shooting seasons outside of the three-point line, 3 of those seasons he shot under 30%. So we're not saying Jordan's a horrible three-point shooter. We're just telling you guys he can't really shoot it. He's somebody that you can say, you know what, go ahead and shoot it. You're gonna make 3 out of 10. Good luck. You're not efficient enough there. We'll push Jordan out and won't give Jordan the mid-range or the baseline. We won't give you none of that, Jordan. Go ahead and shoot the 3. He knew that. That's why he said, I'm not gonna work on it. I gotta keep attacking.
Well, you know they love those years. You know they love those years when they push the 3-point line up some to help them shoot better. What's up, Travis?
Yeah, let's let Travis, because I let Travis up because you guys are all a part of the Goat James Kingdom platform. I love you guys. I appreciate you, Brandon. Listen, we respect you guys. We appreciate you. Thank you. Travis, we saw you go over to the other side. How was it over there? You felt comfortable over there, Travis? How was it, Travis?
Yeah, I mean, dude had an interview with me, and it was, pretty basic. I was just from what I got from him, though, he just said, "Oh, we rarely have anybody on the show who disagrees with us," and I was like, "What do you mean? So you're just sitting there, all of you guys just stroking Jordan the entire time? Where's the fun in that? There's." That sounds boring, but I was like, I'll go and see if if you want, I was like, if you want me to go over there and debate for Braun or someone else, I can, because that would be more fun. Because otherwise, what are we doing? I agree with you. Yes, I agree. It makes for a 5-minute show. I don't know, but it was funny. But it's
hey, Brandon, that's why they be in Goat James Kingdom. They're all in all other pages. That's why they don't create Jordan pages, because what are you going to talk about? His mid-range?
Well, you know the one thing I hated is that since we was talking about who the greatest of all time, but we only gonna talk about 2 people. We can't bring up Bill Russell, Wilt, any other greats. Only thing we can talk about is Jordan and LeBron.
Brandon, you want to address that? Brandon, you want to?
Yeah, well, the thing about that, I know, you could obviously tell that they only talked about Michael Jordan all the time. They have their show and they're just talking about Jordan and what he did. And when we came on, it was different for them. That's why they were so upset, because we talk about Jordan and we talk about how great he is. We don't have to explain it. Even the sports rant dude said we don't need to explain why Michael Jordan is the greatest. because we all know he's the greatest. And I know when we first started, our whole thing was not just to sit around and say LeBron is great, but to show why LeBron is great, to show the numbers, to show the data, to show the difference between everybody. Because when we first started, it was just me and you talking to each other. We had like what
Wait,
20,
I
30
posted.
people in our group, and we
Yeah,
just started the show. We
yeah.
just started the show. Like,
Wait a minute. I actually posted today off the GOAT James Kingdom Facebook page. So go follow our page. We have a Facebook group, but we have a Facebook page. It's an actual profile. I just posted our first official episode. I found it. It is on Brandon's Blue Chippers podcast page. Brandon's been trying to do this for a while. So he found me, and he found another guy who's willing to talk sports on a day-to-day basis. Like he said, it was just him and I. We couldn't get a Jordan fan on. They were commenting, they wouldn't come on. And all of a sudden now they're afraid to come on. They're actually huddling for us. I told you, Brandon, Young Miami has been gathering a whole posse of GOAT James Kingdom City Girl groupies to come at us. That's why he was on the show and doing all that crazy stuff.
but they're afraid to. Like, yeah, like I was saying before, it was just being Ajani, just giving the like data out, put it on our group. Like we didn't have that many people, and everybody was just laughing at us. No one comes to your group. No one cares about LeBron group. And now we're at like what 61,000 people in our group in like what a year and a half. Even like Travis was one of the people who was going back and forth with me all the time in the group. Like all you think was Go James. Kid, it was probably a different group. And I was like, yeah, just come on. And once he finally came on and we're talking basketball, it was completely different. Like, oh, you guys are that just talking about LeBron. You talk about everything. Like we had shows about everything, about the 60s and all this other stuff. So we literally talked about basketball, breaking down plays. So it was completely different than what people think we are. Like we just talking about LeBron, but then again, we're going to explain why LeBron James is the greatest to us. And Travis going to explain what he thinks is the best, and we're going to hear him out. We're going to listen to him. Like we're not going to disregard. Like Travis has amazing points, things to say. That's why he's getting invited on other people's shows because he has things to say. Like he's different. He's just not someone just could say Michael Jordan is the best because he looks good shooting a fadeaway.
Yes.
What? There's more to it than that? No,
Travis can talk basketball, and I believe I'm just going to say this, Travis. I believe you finally found the place you felt comfortable talking basketball because, like you said, then what am I just going to be talking about Michael Jordan? We actually talk more than just LeBron James and Jordan. And actually, Brandon made it that way because when we first decided to do the show, I was like, okay, we can do this, and he was like, no. We're going to choose a different topic every week. Like we're going to have something different to talk. We're not just going to talk the same. We're not going to talk the GOAT debate week in, week out. We're going to talk. We're going to, he told me you pick a topic, I pick a topic, and we go that way. And that's how we started GOAT James Kingdom, and we talk basketball. And that's
actually that's actually what's so good about it is because you got on here and like if you actually enjoy like sports in general, you're not just like totally biased or tunnel vision, and you can like make your points about whatever you're talking about, like you guys can. Then it's fun to debate, and like it's not just something like you said. I think he's the best because the logo looks cool, or some stupid shit like that. It's like you make your points in a great way. You have the thing to back them up, and then you get other people who can come on here and do that too. Like everyone you invite on here, or like most people, I should say, are amazing. Like you got King John, great points all the time. People like Twin Man, they come on. Everybody else who's been on here, just like bangers all the time, and like it's just fun to talk to these people because you're going to get a good back and forth, maybe some things you didn't know, and it's always going to be in a good civil way where like you said, it's a safe space for people to come in here and just talk about LeBron James, but like also basketball fans in general, they can like have a good discourse.
Yeah, and to just address the people who say why we bring up other individuals in the GOAT conversation besides Michael Jordan and LeBron is because the accolades and achievements that you're using to grade either Michael Jordan or LeBron applies to other players as well. So I
think Bill's the secret GOAT.
No, I'm just saying, listen, you can't say that Michael Jordan's 6 championships are more valuable than Kareem's 6 championships. There's 6 championships. This idea of who led. Nobody leads a team to a championship. You were just the best player on a championship team. A champion, that's it. You can say that who was the best player most on a championship team, but it still requires you can be the best player, not win. We watched Wilt Chamberlain lose for years, being the best player in the NBA for years. We know it takes team to win it. So when you guys bring up championships, that's why we bring up Bill Russell. When you guys bring up dominance, that's when we bring up Wilt Chamberlain. When you guys bring up 3-point shooting, that's when we bring up LeBron James.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, John. I'm sorry.
I was liking the way the last week's show was going because I've been learning a lot about advanced stats. And Travis is really breaking it down last week. So that's why I was so quiet early, because I was listening. Travis was breaking it down, and because I've been really reading up on advanced stats lately. And when Travis was breaking it down, I'm listening. So we talking basketball on here, just not one person.
Yeah. Again, we even talk about things we don't like, which is why I tell you we're objective, because we don't like advanced stats, but we still talk about it. It took a while for Brandon to get to me on this point, but Brandon knows we don't like it. It's not that we don't like it. It doesn't really prove anything. It is what it is. But when you understand basketball, you can talk about it. The same way when you can understand basketball, you can talk about shooting. Boycott, I'm going to bring you up here in a second. John and Travis, you guys got any last things you guys want to say before I bring up somebody else, please?
I can't wait till Sunday's show. Yesterday's game was great, even though we only won by 44. But okay.
Don't let the GOAT win tomorrow, 8:30 Eastern. The GOAT is playing tomorrow in the first ever finals, N-Cup finals, in-season finals.
Talk that.
Talk GOAT James Kingdom. Travis, you good?
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be a great game. Halliburton for the win. But we'll see what happens, and we'll see you guys on Sunday.
Oh my God. You talk like a true MJ delegate. Shout out to Travis, man. Shout out to John King. John and is a member of the GOAT James Kingdom platform. Shout out to him. Shout out to Anthony, who's also in the comments. We see Anthony Davis here. Let me bring you up, brother. Appreciate you for supporting us. We are GOAT James Kingdom. We are the standard of basketball talk. That's right. What up, Boycott? Peace. Thanks for joining me on Friday night. This is the Friday night exposure with the exposer. What's good, brother?
What's going on, man? I was looking, this is what I got. This advice I got for everybody: don't start a fight you can't finish. That's the issue. Like, people are trying to flip everything on LeBron fans to say, "Oh, y'all diminishing all these errors because you want to support LeBron James." Remember, who started that? You started diminishing this era, and people started to analyze. If y'all would have left LeBron, I'm not saying we all just jumped to LeBron's defense, but if y'all wouldn't have left LeBron alone and started talking about MJ directly to him, we wouldn't have started to analyze and start to expose the weaknesses of Jordan. We would have all read the same Bible and believed the same thing. So just understand that. With that said, I was looking up the stats. And from 94 to 97, when they shortened the three-point line, Jordan shot half his threes for his career, right? Without those 3 years, he is a paltry 28% from the three-point line.
Yes, 28.8.
So that's basically his true 3-point shooting percentage.
Yes.
Right. If people were to acknowledge that and not say, look, he had some training wheels on for those 3 years, his 3-point percentage would be a lot worse.
Hey, I have a question. Have you did it for the playoffs too? Like, what would it be without the shortened line in the playoffs?
No, yeah. I'm gonna try to do it because
I done it, Brandon. Yes, I already done it. Listen, in fact, when we take away the shortened line for Jordan in the playoffs, his playoff numbers go up to 34%. I think it's like 34.4. So he actually shoots better in the playoffs. Oh, for real? Yeah, but again, it's because he didn't take that many shots early. Like, he has like 50% field goal 3-point shooting in the 80s because he only took like four 3-pointers the whole playoffs, but he made 2 of them. You see what I'm trying to say? So it's a very small, minute number. Like he said, majority of Jordan's 3-point shooting is going to be within the shortened line season or in the 90s. That's why they like to say he shoots better then, because that's when he shot it the most. Because the seasons that he shot like over two per game, I think, or 3 per game, he shot like over 35 and 37%. They like to bring that up. But like I told you, his 5 most 3-point shooting seasons for his career outside of the short 3-point line, 3 of them are under 30%. But this is the thing, right, Brandon? Even if, all right, so let's just say we're going to accept the 28.8%, right? Because we're trying to degrade Jordan. We're trying to down talk him, right? So we need to talk about how he's 34.4%. Okay, because we're not hating on Jordan or not. We're going to accept Jordan's 34.4% without the short line in the playoffs. But when you combine those two numbers, guess what it comes up to? The same thing what he does, shooting about 33%, maybe under 33%. So at the end of the day, Jordan shoots like 33% from the three-point line. That's the facts. That's what the numbers always say. No matter how they want to break this down, it resolves to the same number. Like this, I don't understand this. Like this is math. Like this is simple math. Like it's not that hard. That's why they don't like the numbers, because they can't attach extra stuff to it. They can't attach extra weight to it.
What is the other scientific method that you're using?
Yeah, what's the scientific method that you're using to grade players, Brandon? Please tell me. The NBA.
Don't say NBA statistics because that don't count.
Y'all gotta check us out, man. So Boycott, let me ask you a question, Boycott. Michael Jordan is the better mid-range shooter. Mid-range shooting is between 10 feet to the three-point line. LeBron is the better three-point shooting, which is basically from 20 feet and beyond. The real three-point line is 23.9, but it's 22 feet as well. But from 20 feet and on, LeBron is better. If I told you there was a player that could shoot better from long range, but the other player could shoot better from mid-range, which player is the better shooter?
The player that shoots longer is first of all, if it's the NBA, he's not only the better shooter if he's long range, he's a smarter shooter. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if people want to talk about that. Mm-hmm. You know, if you can make layups, why not take them? That's the issue. But since you can't, you're shooting mid range, so you're taking the more difficult shot for the same amount of points. But to answer the question easily, the guy who shoots deeper is going to open the whole court. Of course, you're going to take the long range shot.
But yeah, that's often been the case, right? Even somebody like Karl Malone, Glenn Robinson, who were good mid-range shooters, no one would ever say they're a better shooter than like Ray Allen, who shoots threes.
And you know what? And that's the thing. Now the players who shoot more threes, their field goal percentage is a little bit different. We're going to have to start grading these field goal percentages differently, because when you're taking majority of your shots from three-point land and shooting 36, 37, mid-30s, high 30s is considered good, your regular field goal percentage is not going to be in the 50s. It's not going to be high 40s. Like Stephen Curry is going to be in the mid-40s. Or Kobe Bryant in the mid-40s. So as an example, right? So you got a minute, Boycott. You want me to explain some stuff, or you want me to let you go?
Yeah, I got all day. I'm just heading to work, and at work I'm pretty much by myself. So yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're getting paid watching the Expose the Expose. So here we go.
Exactly.
All right. So now check this out. Remember, I told you they wanted to eliminate 5 to 10 feet and anything outside of 25 feet, right? Because LeBron James obviously shoots better there, right? So they wanted to stick in between the mid-range, which means Jordan was better between 10 to 14 feet, better between 15 to 19 feet, and better between 20 to 24 feet. So between 10 to 24 feet, Jordan is the better shooter all the way around, right? That's what they consider by Jordan is the better shooter, right? But this is the thing, and this is what they don't understand. When we're talking about these seasons, again, this is 2013, 2014, 2017, and 2018 numbers. When we breaking down these numbers, right? Like I told you, LeBron James in total, he shoots in these numbers is 41.5%. Remember, I told you Jordan shot 43%, so it's 1.5 point less than Jordan. Remember, I told you though 75% of Jordan's shots though came from that mid-range, which was his best percentages. But for LeBron James, 50% of his shots came from 20 feet and beyond, where LeBron shoots less than 40 at 38%, which is good. It's not bad.
Right.
You see what I'm trying to say? So that's why LeBron James is not shooting 43 or 44%, because majority of his shots he's taking further from the field. So
it's a hard. Yeah.
And again, at the end of the day, it's still hard because again, we're only judging 4 years. And mind you, we're judging the 4 years that he chose because he said that these are LeBron James' best field goal shooting percentage seasons, although he doesn't believe that field goal shooting percentage means how good you shoot as a shooter. Remember, shooting we're talking about is all jump shots. That's why we're not talking about free throws. We're talking about jump shooting, right? So when he says that Michael Jordan's the better shooter all the way around, he wanted to eliminate the 25 feet because we could see Jordan can't shoot from there. LeBron's a way better shooter from there. He eliminated the 5 to 10 feet because LeBron was better field goal wise, and I eliminated because at the end of the day, Michael Jordan and LeBron could dunk from 15 feet. They can make a layup or a dunk from 10 feet, right? So that's just like a layup and a dunk, which is what they're trying to eliminate with the 5 feet, under 5 feet nonsense. But at the end of the day, LeBron James shoots the ball well across the board. He shoots 42.4% in between 10 to 14 feet and 38.7% between 15 and 19 feet. So in Jordan's best percentage shooting spots, which is 10 to 19 feet, LeBron James shoots a total of 40% from that spot. 40% from 10 to 19 feet is actually good.
So hold on.
Jordan shooting at 44% is really good. But that is still, It's not bad. That's about average. If not, it's going to be above average for fact. But they don't have the numbers because they don't know what the league average is, because you have to compare it to the league average. So I would have to go to what the league average is between 2013, 2014, 2017, and 2018 to figure out what 40% is an average of. And mind you, the NBA doesn't give me, I don't think they don't give you the NBA total as far as the whole league. They only give you by team or by player. So I would have to really do some research to do that.
So he's close enough. He's close enough at mid range, and better at three point seemingly by far. Even though we're going to count those 3 years. So yeah. I mean, like when you really think about it, that's what I don't like with the Jordan debate is there's no context added. Even with you saying LeBron only shoots 8% better as a field goal percentage altogether, his field goal percentage is worth more because the amount of threes he's taking and making. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like if we can calculate that, what his field goal percentage is really just worth more. You know what I mean? So somebody said in the chat, I'm not sure if it's true, that he broke, either he made the record or he beat Jordan's total scoring in less shots. Is that true?
Yes.
Yeah.
LeBron James.
1,200, something like that.
See?
Yeah, LeBron James reached 3,200 shots, or I think it's 32,200 shots. I mean, 32,200 points on 1,200 less shots than Michael Jordan. But they're gonna say he shot
exactly.
But they're gonna say he shot more 3-pointers, and they're gonna diminish the 3-pointers after they say he's gonna be a 3-point shooter. So what is it?
More efficient.
Yeah, he's a more efficient scorer. He's a more efficient shooter. Because he still can get the ball to the rim. You can't be mad at him for getting the ball to the rim the same way we can't be mad at Jordan for having a spin fadeaway. You see what I'm saying? Because that's the
there's no context. There's no one adds context to these conversations. I don't know if you saw me earlier in the chat on one of your videos. I was talking about how Jordan, the Bulls were better defensively after Jordan left. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And people talk about his defense. Like when you really think about it, it was a lot of passing lane steals that Jordan got. When you're a passing lane steals kind of guy, you also mess your defense up by missing the steal and letting them get easy shots. Exactly. So when he left, their defense got better by 4 points both ways, defensive rating and points allowed. You know what I'm saying? So there's no context.
Wait, are you telling me, are you dropping a breaking, updating news that when Michael Jordan left the Bulls in 93, that the Chicago Bulls in 94 defense went up in points per game and in defensive rating? As far as they got better, their defensive rating got lower and their points per game got lower.
Yes, by 4 points. And then I did the LeBron equivalent.
This is what happens when you show up to GOAT James Kingdom. You get this kind of information because they love to bring up defensive rating. And thank you for bringing. I'm gonna go find that. Appreciate it. Continue.
And then when you do the LeBron equivalent, he did get better when he left, but it was by 0.1 points as far as points allowed. But they went up in defensive ranking by 2 whole points. I mean, they lowered their defensive ranking by 2 points. So they're 2 points better with LeBron on defense than without LeBron. And we're talking about almost roster for roster because it's only 1 year after LeBron left. People try to say, oh, but when Pippen was out 38 games in 1997, but that's a totally different roster. Rodman's here now. You know, Pippen was injured the whole season besides the time he finally went out. So we're talking about almost roster for roster. The Bulls were better defensively without Jordan by 4 whole points. That's a way different team.
You should have never told me that shit. You should have never told me that shit. You should have never told me that shit. Oh my God. Oh, they in trouble.
All right, guys. I gotta go ahead and get up out of here.
I appreciate you, y'all.
Peace, bro.
I see you Sunday, brother. That is B. Lee. That is my brother B. Lee, and Ajani. We do it. We are Goat James Kingdom. Shout out to B. Lee, man. I'll see you Sunday. Boycott, man. That is great, boy. That is what, man. Listen, that is great. Wow. I don't know. You got any last words? You got any last words before I let you go, brother? I can't believe you brought that up. That is incredible. And you brought context to it, because what you stated was Jordan's gambling to take steals off passes caused their defense to break down a lot. Even though the Bulls still had a great defense, people don't know. In 1988, the Bulls had the #1 defense in basketball. So, so that's that's a part of the reason why he won Defensive Player of the Year. But for you to state that after he left, they actually got better defensively. We already know that they didn't lose too many less games. They lost like 3 less games. Wow. Now that they were better defensively without Michael Jordan. Wow.
Yeah, he like they said, he had a gambling problem. It was on and off the court. He had a gambling problem, man. I'm telling you.
Cooking. You are cooking, man. Shout out to you, brother, man. I appreciate you.
I would go further, but I know you got a show to host, but people want to talk about that second year that Jordan wasn't there. Horace Grant wasn't there either. Horace Grant was major to their defense. So
that's facts.
Different roster.
Yeah, it was a different team. You're right. They had lost Horace Grant in 95, which is why they weren't as good in 94, which means because he was an all-defensive player in 94 and 95, and he was an all-star in 94. So shout out to Boycott Activity. Y'all make sure to follow him. He has a channel right here on YouTube. You guys know. You guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Who you got tomorrow night before we go? Who you got tomorrow night?
I am not a person who likes to support my teams winning. I feel like I have a reverse psychology thing. But
you're a Laker fan.
Yeah. I definitely.
No. Enough said, man. Appreciate you, man. You have a good evening, my friend. Thanks for joining me, man. Thank you.
You too. Take care. Peace.
All right. So, all right, y'all. So you can see, Kingdom, we allow people to come and speak. Most of y'all are actually safer in the comments, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Because you come up here, you get exposed. Because you got no basketball. Boycott came up here and dropped the bomb today. I didn't even know this. This is great, man. Shout out to you guys, everybody in the comment, man. Shout out to everybody, man. You guys don't want this smoke. Somebody here is in the comments. I heard about you. Let's see here. This guy here, his name is Tim Nick. So now you accept the contact when it suits you. I don't know what context you're speaking of. He must be talking to people in the comments. He says, LeBron James is not even top 10 in rebounding for a forward, but Jordan is top 6 in rebounding for a forward. What does that mean? That doesn't make no sense. What does that mean? Because Jordan is the better rebounder than other guards, does make him a better rebounder than LeBron James. It doesn't make sense. If Jordan was better than LeBron James in rebounding, his statistics and his numbers would show that he's a better rebounder. Those numbers don't show. He's not. That's the same numbers you're to say Jordan is a better rebounder than all those other guards are the reasons why LeBron James is a better rebounder than Michael Jordan. You guys can't talk basketball. And if you showed up here, you would get exposed. That's why you're safe in the comments. Now let the people in the comments keep eating you alive. Shout out to Zero, peace to Zero. These guys don't know basketball. They don't know what they're talking about. They really don't know basketball. So as a perfect example, let me get on to this show because we got other folks that came on. I'm going to get up out of here with more than usual. But remember I talked about Michael Jordan shooting from the mid-range. Remember I explained most of his shots that we were talking about from 10 to 19 feet. The majority of those shots we're talking about from all these spots. 75% from all 5 spots, right? If we do just the 4 spots, it was 82%. If we take away the 3-point shot, all right, it was basically 87% or 97%. No, it was 92% of all of his shots, or 97% of all of the shots. If we take away the 3-point shots and the 5-foot shot, it was basically in the middle that you see are not X. Jordan shots, 97% came from 10 to 19 feet. So he's a shooter. We already stated that. But LeBron James is different. He shoots threes. 50% of all the shots I'm showing you here come from LeBron James shooting outside the 10 feet. All right? And when we're talking about the shots that he takes that we don't include at 5 to 10 feet, 59% of these shots are taken outside of 20 feet. And outside of the 20 feet to 29 shot, 53% of those are taken from 25 feet and on. So out of the 50% of shots from 20 to 29 feet, are taken outside of 25 feet. So LeBron James shoots better from the three-point line. He is the better three-point shooter than Michael Jordan. And this is his best three-point shooting season. Now, the real numbers that he should have brought up, okay, this is why you don't know how to talk basketball or look it up anything. LeBron James' best shooting season, when we're talking about shooting seasons, which includes his mid-range and his three-point shooting, or when he was in Miami from 2011 to 2014. And those numbers speak for LeBron James as well. Because if we look at those numbers, between 2011 and 2014, LeBron James shot 42.3% from all 5 categories. Jordan shot 43%. So he's just 0.7 points less than Michael Jordan, which NNB Sports said is a small number that you couldn't hang your hat off of. It is not, you can't make a monumental statement on such small margins. 0.7 points. Although 0.05 is enough to say that Jordan's better than Wilt Chamberlain in points per game. But again, all of the shots, it's 2011 to 2014, those 4 NBA, all of the shots from 5 feet to 29 feet, LeBron James shot 42.3% from the field. That is not bad. That means he's actually a good shooter. That's actually good. Jordan shot 43 for those 4 years. We only got Jordan's 4 years. Don't bring up no other years because we don't have it. You're the one who brought up these numbers. You don't stick to the actual numbers, which also puts LeBron James more efficient and more productive scorer and shooter than Michael Jordan. You don't want to talk these numbers because I keep telling you, these numbers only expose you, right? But if we do this, right, you guys don't understand how great this is for me, man. Basically, LeBron James, let me see here. Let me make sure I'm getting these numbers right. Let me make sure I get these numbers right. Between the shots that they want to accept, between 10 to 24 feet, LeBron James shoots 42.4%. That's what he shoots. If we count what LeBron James shoots outside of 20 feet during those Miami seasons, he shot 39.1%, which is better than Jordan's 37.9% from 20 to 29 feet. If we count the numbers that they don't want to count, which is outside of 25 feet, he shoots 33%. Jordan shoots 23%. All right? These are the numbers you guys don't want to talk about. This is what I'm saying. You guys do not want to relate to the numbers that exist here. Okay, hold on. I'm wrong here. I got the numbers confused. My bad. LeBron James shoots with all of these numbers between 2000. All these numbers 41.5%. If we eliminate the 5, it's 42.3%. So again, LeBron James is not a bad shooter. There's different combinations of shooting. I looked up LeBron James' number shootings between 2011 and 2000. And I also looked up 2018 numbers. And in reality, LeBron James' numbers in the Lakers the last 4 years between 2020, 2021, 2022, and 2023 are also good numbers in shooting from beyond 10 feet. So you guys don't do your research. NNB, I challenge you again to come out with a better video, do a better job because you cannot. And I do accept the challenge. I will accept the challenge to a debate, which will be 5 parts, 3 minutes apiece, to explain why LeBron James is a better basketball player than Jordan. Not why LeBron is the GOAT, because we haven't really proven LeBron is the GOAT. Now I'm going to tell you guys why LeBron is a better basketball player than Michael Jordan. Playing the game of basketball. So I don't know when you want to have this, because we could set this up. I know you are doing a show actually as we speak right now. I'll tag you on this. But I am Ajani. I am a partner of Kingdom Inc. Brandon and I run the Facebook page, the YouTube page, the Instagram page, the TikTok page, the Twitter page. We are going. Tonight is Friday night. That means it's Friday night exposure with the exposure. And tonight you have been exposed by trying to talk shooting with the exposure. LeBron James is a better three-point shooter than Jordan for sure. And even if we want to accept Jordan's mid-range shooting for his 4 seasons as a better shooter than LeBron James from the mid-range, it doesn't make Jordan a better shooter overall. The same way the 3-points don't make LeBron James a better shooter. So at the end of the day, until you can prove to me that Jordan's 44% through mid-range shooting is more efficient than LeBron James' 34% or 34.5% shooting, basically about 35%, we'll make it 45 for Jordan and 35 for LeBron. Jordan shoots 45% from mid-range. LeBron shoots 35 from three-point land. You tell me what is the more efficient percentage as far as scoring wise. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, it is Friday night. Oh, he's actually here in the comments. Shout out to NNB Sports. All right. Watch the show, NNB Sports. It is available to you. And in fact, before I go, I want to address another thing about this show. I really want to do that. I really want to address that. Sports, fitness, and rant, biggest take was popularity. He was saying how we're the minority, that there are just more people who think Michael Jordan is the GOAT compared to LeBron, so there's no discussion. We're in the minority. We have to accept whatever terms they throw at us, which is fine if that's what they want to accept. Right? So he started ranting about other things. We told him popularity don't matter. Nobody cares about your popularity. Nobody cares about how popular Michael Jordan is. We all know Michael Jordan is popular. Then he tried to bring up that LeBron James had no longevity and tried to use MVPs and defensive players. The MVPs and all defensive selections to prove that LeBron James has not been in any kind of longevity because longevity because for the last 10 years he didn't get no MVP. He hasn't made all defensive selection. I was not going to sit here and argue with somebody that was going to literally tell me LeBron James has no longevity. Like, I'm not going to argue. They can't even tell me what longevity means, but if longevity means anything in basketball, LeBron James is right next to him, literally. Like, he's the only player in the NBA who has longevity, from my understanding. So, for him to try to prove that LeBron James has no longevity was completely hilarious and erroneous to me. And this is for you, Mr. Sports, Fitness, and Rants. All right? Since LeBron James, okay, let me just read off this little thing. I never said leave the three-point out, which you did. You took out 25 to 29. You left it out. That was a part of it. You can't use the three-pointers because a part of the 20 to 24 feet is three-point shooting, NNB. You don't know basketball. If you're going to use the 5 feet increments, use the 5 feet increments, all of them. We already agreed that you can eliminate the 5 to 0 feet at the rim. So you started at the 5 to 10. You went from 5 all the way to 24. You eliminated 25 to 29 because Michael Jordan was 23.6% for those same years. You didn't get exposed by showing Michael Jordan being a horrible shooter at the three-point line. I already proved that Jordan is not better as a three-point shooter. LeBron James has more three-pointers hit in the regular season than Jordan shot in his career. That is not even a question. So if you guys don't want to talk shooting, it's over. Three-point shooting is over. But back to the Sports, Fitness, and Rants. When Michael Jordan, when LeBron James' last 10 NBA seasons, from 2014 to 2023, that's his last 10 NBA seasons, LeBron James averages 27 points per game. He averages 8 assists, 8 rebounds, 1.5 steals, half a block, 52% from the field, 35 from three-point, and over 650 games. In the postseason, what they like to call playoff translation, it translates. He goes up to averaging 29 points, 9.5 rebounds. Remember, you were saying the most important part about the playoffs and all that other stuff? LeBron James averages 10 rebounds per game in the finals. You were talking about Larry Bird averaging 10 rebounds per game. LeBron averaged that in the finals where it matters the most. But his rebounds went up. 7.5 assists, 1.5 steals, 1 block. 52% shooting from the field, 34% shooting from three-point. But here's the kicker, because you mentioned accolades. In the last 10 years, LeBron James has won 2 NBA championships. He won 2 Finals MVPs. He has 10 All-Stars. He has 10 All-NBA selections, 6 first-team All-NBA selections. He has 1 All-Defensive selection by the media, because after 2013's debacle Defensive Player of the Year voting, they allowed the media to vote for all-defensive team, and LeBron James made his first all-defensive second team and never made an all-defensive team again. He was one of the better defenders in the league for a few more years afterwards. So you were even wrong in saying he won no defensive selections in the last 10 seasons. Not to mention, he won 6 conference titles, and he won an assist title. That's what LeBron James did in the last 10 years. So you are now being exposed by the exposed because you don't know how to talk basketball. Claim to be some historian of some sort. I don't know you, brother. You seem to be very energetic about this conversation. You rant in your car about LeBron James all day long. but you don't know how to talk basketball. You know how to rile up your Michael Jordan fans. I give y'all that. Y'all are great Michael Jordan fans. You guys are great for Michael Jordan fans. If you guys want to talk Michael Jordan all day, every day, go to Michael Jordan fans page are the best. Michael Jordan fans are the best page. You can also highlight NNB Sports. He talks basketball and other things. He's a Michael Jordan fan. You can highlight at Sports and Fitness Fans. He's the king of that group. Shout out to Rex. Rex is the equalizer. His job is to make sure that they don't talk too much about Jordan and disrespect. All they do is disrespect him. We were disrespectful and all this other stuff. All they do is disrespect errors. They disrespect Bill Russell, Will Chamberlain, Scottie Pippen, Isaiah Thomas, the whole 2000s era outside of Kobe and Tim Duncan. They disrespect every player besides LeBron James' teammates. They disrespect all of Jordan's teammates. But somehow we don't know a lot about basketball. I can tell you, we play everything. We understand what greatness means. So when you come up in James Kingdom and you want to talk to the exposure, just remember what happens. I bring facts. I bring stats, accolades, and achievements. Stats are averages and totals. Accolades are all accolades, NBAs and awards. And if you don't know what the NBA accolades and awards are, just go to NBA.com, look at a player's bio. They'll tell you all the accolades and awards that they've recognized by the NBA. And as I told you guys before, the last thing is achievements. Achievements are milestones and records. All of these things are tangible, factorable things we can use. All of these are factors that we can use. All of these. You are not ready for the exposure. And I'm going to change the basketball world because you guys don't know how to talk basketball. Because now we can't appreciate the in-cup season or the in-season tournament because you guys don't appreciate what these players are doing. So tomorrow, after LeBron James wins the first ever in-season NBA Cup, and wins the first ever in-season tournament MVP, you guys are going to be in trouble Sunday afternoon. So I am Ajani the Exposure. This is Friday Night Exposure with the Exposure. I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. We proved that LeBron James is a better shooter than Michael Jordan because he shoots three-pointers better than Michael Jordan does at a higher rate than Michael Jordan ever did in his life. So we'll leave that alone. Michael Jordan's a great scorer. He's also a great shooter. We never took that away from him. LeBron's just better at him aspects as far as shooting and scoring. And we prove it with stats, accolades, and achievements. If you don't like it, go do your own podcast. You are more than welcome to invite me wherever you want. You guys know I'm more than willing to show up. We can exchange anytime you want. You can reach me at GoatJamesKingdomShow@gmail.com. You can reach us at GoatKingdom@gmail.com. We are the Goat James Kingdom platform. I'm Ajani. I'm about to get up out of here. You guys have a wonderful evening. Thanks for everybody that's in the comment. Thanks for everybody that showed up in today's program. Shout out to King John. Shout out to Boycott Activity. Shout out to Travis. Shout out to Brandon for making a surprise appearance on the Friday Night Exposure. He's usually not here. Again, shout out to everybody in the comments. Keep it 100. I will definitely be ready for you, my friend. I am not afraid of you. I will set it up. I will go on your platform and smoke you guys again. All you guys consoling each other afterwards. And let me tell you something. You're gonna go listen to Mr. Hoop God all you want to. We call him Young Miami. Okay, his name is Young Miami because he takes flights with other men. All right, he's gonna get you even more exposed. Don't go to him. If you want to do your research, go on our page and watch how we've exposed him countless times. If you're gonna talk basketball, know the numbers, know the stats, know the statistics, know what's going on. So shout out to everybody in the comments again. You guys have been wonderful. This has been a great Friday Night Exposure with the Exposure. But again, if you guys want to get a chance to check out the debate, it's on Michael Jordan Fans Are the Best page on YouTube. Shout out to Dart and all those guys over there for representing Michael Jordan the best that they can. And again, shout out to everybody in the comments. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you guys on Sunday, 12 noon Eastern time. We'll be talking basketball and the GOAT conversation. And I'll see you guys next Friday. I'm Ajani the Exposure. This is Friday Night Exposure. Y'all boys be good, man. Peace and blessings to all of you.